Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Here.
Commissioner Marecki, Commissioner Clementi,
Here.
Commissioner Anderson.
Present.
Vice Chair Bajun has requested a temporary excuse. Chair Kinlock,
Present.
we have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item.
Next item, item B, Chair's remarks.
Thank you. Yes, this meeting was changed to an earlier time, so I was giving members an broad level of courtesy to attend the meeting because it was moved up earlier. So I know folks had to move their calendars around, so I was being a little more gracious in that regard. So I apologize for the delay for those who were here. So at this time, that concludes my remarks. Next item on the agenda.
Item C, approval of the minutes from the September 19, 2023 meeting.
It's been moved. Is there support? Moved and supported. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? This action stands approved. Next item on the agenda.
Item D, unfinished business. There is none listed. Moving to item E1 of new business, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35-167, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
At this time, I'd like to ask, are there any questions associated with this item? Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Next item.
Moving to item 2, under requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35-175, certifying revenue in the court, the Third Circuit Court, other circuit court programs fund.
Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Next item.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35-285, certifying revenue in the general fund.
Are there any questions? At this time, who's present who can answer a question associated with this item? Item number 3. Is there anyone present? Please, as usual, state your name. Yep.
Thanks, Commissioner Darcel Brown, Legislative Liaison for the Wayne County Executive's Office. I did reach out to someone within the department regarding this item. I know this is an item that appeared on the, I want to say the Committee on Economic Development agenda. I need to go back and check that, but this is, from my understanding, just a transfer of funds for this federal grant.
Okay, so yes, the connectivity, I think the broadband, I believe we had some discussion. Yeah.
Oh, this is the
yes.
broadband?
Yes.
Correct, it is.
Oh, okay. When I read the description, I had no idea what this was.
Right. So it's broadband. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so Madam Clerk, next item.
Let the record reflect that Commissioner Bajun has arrived. Item number 4, requesting commission approval of
So noted.
budget adjustment 2023-35-280, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Are there any questions associated with item number 4? Any questions on item?
Commission adjustment 2023-35-289, certifying revenue in the general fund.
Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Next item.
Item number 6, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35-271, reallocating expenditures in the county health fund.
Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 7, discussion regarding the prosecuting attorney's fiscal year 2023-2024 budget reduction items.
May I ask who's present from the prosecutor's office? I was contacted by Prosecutor Kim Worthy as it relates to a question associated with her budget. There was some earlier discussions with management and budget associated with a scanning contract and funding for that contract. And so there was some questions associated with the funding of that. Is anyone here from management and budget? Oh, yes, Ms. Whittigan, would you please come forward, please? Okay, so I was contacted, as I stated, by the prosecutor as it relates to a question associated with the budget regarding the scanning contract in which I did meet with management and budget prior to the budget hearing regarding questions associated with that. And so just trying to understand from Mr. Brown that there was some discussion and just wanted to get an update.
Thank you, Linda.
Did you get it? I just found it.
Okay, please
Okay.
mute you. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Please state your name and your title, please. And Prosecutor Worthy did let me know that she had to be in Lansing this morning and she's
Absolutely.
unable to attend, and she would have her team here, Tony and others who would be here to speak to this matter.
Yes, my name is Daryl Carson. I'm the Chief of Staff for the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office.
Yeah.
We submitted a packet to you, and I think that we did, I don't think, we had a conversation yesterday with Mr. Wallace, who indicated that he would try to work through this with us. So I think that there was a misunderstanding in terms of the conversation that was had at the time of the budget hearing, and that is that we currently have a scanning project that we are in the middle of a contract for. Apparently, there was a misunderstanding that we only needed 500,000, but we need that entire contract to go through February of 2024, and we needed the additional 500,000 to continue to complete the scanning project in 2024. We will be moving to the CJC in just a couple of months, which means that we need to be paperless, and so we are diligently working on that. It is in your packet in terms of how many boxes. There's a box a week that goes over to the scanning. The scanning people pick them up and then they do what they're supposed to do, and then they send us vouchers. And although it looks like we're not spending a lot of money, we don't get billed for it, or they don't send in their invoices until they have completed a whole box, and then they're supposed to send us invoices. So we need that money to continue with the scanning project. Additionally, there was a technical adjustment that was sent to the commission for 900,000. Initially, we had a conversation with the CFO. We had a meeting, and our request at that time was for an additional 1.8 million. If you look at your Appendix A that we've given you, that prosecutor's ask on that sheet amounts to 1.8. We were not given that, and we understand that, but those things, or let me go back. The technical adjustment that was sent to you for 900,000 does not include some of the things that are included in your packet. So some of the essential resources that we need to efficiently operate our office will not be given to us. We were told that we could use the money from our vacancies, which I don't quite understand, because if we use money from the vacancies that we have, we'll have to close those positions because we've used that money someplace else. And then when we do get APAs, we'll have to ask to reinstate some of those positions. Additionally, there are 182 vacancies that they say that we have, which we disagree with. I think we have about maybe, I'll admit to maybe 90. So where does that money come from? Well, how can that be a savings that we're using that money for our operating expenses?
Okay, so there's a couple of
Yes.
components to this. First, I want to let the members, there's nothing before us today. The chair and I has, asked the department to prepare a budget amendment, because we're about to vote on a budget today. It's too late for any changes to that.
Mhm.
So to bring a budget amendment at one of our forthcoming meetings, at that point, you will have a package to actually consider. But the biggest part of this is, I remember we had conversations. So what we're requesting is for unfilled positions to utilize that, continue to move forward. As positions become required to be filled, then we have no problem with coming and actually doing a budget amendment at that time. But we're asking for where those vacant positions, where they've been vacant for a number for a specific period, to utilize that money. And that's what the, I guess, management and budget had discussed with me earlier. And I thought I had mentioned that. So don't worry, if those positions need to be funded, the administration and commission will make sure those positions are funded. So right now, if the recommendation management budget to utilize those unfilled positions, the dollars there, that's fine. But if you come back and say, hey, we need money to fill positions because people are actually applying for these positions, we're here to make that readily available. So my biggest thing right now is for management and budget to bring before us an amendment to get this contract make sure that you all have the necessary resources to fulfill the contract.
Okay.
Because what we don't want is to move over there, like you said, with a whole bunch of boxes like, hey, we weren't able to get the scanning completed. Yeah. Management and budget, you want to speak to this?
I would just say that I agree with your conclusion and the statement here by the prosecutor's office that we'll work with them. to
State
make
your
sure-
name and title for the record, please. Yeah,
I should be used to that by now.
absolutely. Right. I'm a big old thing, right.
Rob Whittigan, Chief Deputy CFO, Wayne County. But I agree with the solution that we'll meet with the prosecutor, make sure that they have what they need and use the on-fill positions for the time being, and then obviously come to you all with a budget adjustment.
No problem. And so please keep both our Mr. Terrence Adams and his team aware of this so we can expedite this. We'll be prepared to make sure it's in the system. Yep.
Absolutely. He's made it to my speed dial list, so.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So can I just say that we are moving full steam ahead with the new contract? with-
Understood.
We have a lot of people that we are now looking at and we are interviewing. So it'll be shortly that we'll be back in front of you asking for
We'll
those
be
budget
here.
adjustments.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for allowing us to be here and to speak with you today.
Absolutely.
Thank
Great
you.
seeing you.
Thank you very
Yep.
much.
You're welcome. Okay, Tony, any comments?
Best appearance I've had before the committee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next item. Ooh,
May we have a motion of support for 1 through 6, please?
oh, thank you. A motion is in order.
I will make a motion to move items 1 through 6
Move.
for full board.
Moved by Commissioner Baydun, supported by Commissioner Baker McCormick. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? This action stands approved. Next item on the agenda,
Item F, such are the matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I know of none. Next item.
Item G, public comments.
Madam Clerk, is there anyone with their hand raised, or are there any comments, or have you received any communications for anyone who wanted to address this committee?
No communications have been received and there are no hands on Zoom.
Is there anyone present who would like to address this committee at this time? Anyone present? Next item.
Item H, adjournment.
It's been moved, supported. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.